This is the D-Lab, a collaborative learning experience for millennial students at Colorado State University. It's called the D-Lab because it is the design lab for interior design majors at this university. We entered into a partnership with Herman Miller to explore and also collect data as a research laboratory on different styles of learning, modalities for learning. We're sharing what the lab looks like in the different learning spaces so that we can share with you the kinds of things that we do here and the kinds of opportunities it offers for students in their learning. I think the next thing we'll do is take you through the different modalities and the environments, looking at the way that we use it, at the features in the space, and talking with some students about their experiences in the D-Lab. We're in the cafe, or called the coffee spot. This was a found space that used to be an old gallery. When students are working in order to enhance creativity and innovation in their outcome of their products, it's really necessary to get into a state of flow. To do that, students need to be able to relax, get a relief from the intense task at hand, and not leave the classroom. The objective here is to give them a space for stress relief, relief of tension, also a place to socialize. So the socializing factor in a collaborative learning situation is very important, especially to millennial students. We've moved into the collaborative lounge. As you can see, the furnishings here are softer. We have lounge-type furniture mixed with classroom-type furniture. Students very often sit here, pull a table over, pull some chairs over to study or to work in teams or groups, but in a very informal way. In the millennial learning style, they really like to collaborate, but not necessarily be forced to sit at a particular space. We've displayed work from senior exhibits that were done in Neocon in Chicago. We try to personalize with some of the effects. I change them out often during the semester so that students feel they could actually sit here and read a book, or they could sit here and work with their friends. The need for the collaborative lounge was definitely one of the strongest points expressed by the students in a pre-project survey. We found that this is a very popular space among our students, but also among other majors that use the building. We've shown movies in this particular space because students can relax and be comfortable. They also sometimes prefer to work here versus in the classic studio area that we'll visit next. This is the design studio for the D-Lab. It actually operates as a design lab. This is in actuality the heart of the project of the Learning Spaces Research Studio. The way we used to teach was significantly changed in this room. Even from a personal perspective, I can say that using technology was always a really huge challenge. There were so many opportunities that surfaced that were surprising, the biggest one being the enjoyment of teaching with the technology. I think that it's changed. I know my colleague that I team taught with last year, we talked about it. It has changed the way that we teach. It's important to have this type of flexible environment so that students can make their choices of how they want to learn. Some of the issues that we found in a focus group with seniors last year was that they actually liked for faculty to sit down with them, whether they were viewing something on the LEDs or whether they were discussing a project. It was quite different than having the faculty teacher-centric focus from standing at a podium, let's say, and lecturing.
I guess compared to the traditional setting, you don't really get to spread out, and our particular major helps or makes us need to spread out and kind of organize ideas, and so it's the perfect place to do that.
Students probably spend most of their time in this area, but then again, in the different modalities, they can go to the collaborative lounge or they can escape to the cafe for a little bit to really clear their mind, to have a focus on their project, and also to do a lot of innovative thinking.
I very much enjoy the fact that it's a lot more open because the other classrooms tend to have, you're sitting right next to each other, elbow to elbow with everybody. You don't have any room to move around or work, and this place kind of makes it easier for you to spread out.
We're sitting in the research area, which is attached to the teamwork areas. The team area is meant to be worked either individually, which at night we'll find students here claiming one of the 6 spots, or sitting at one of the tables. The visual screens that you see here really are here to give a team a feeling of privacy. Roughly, we do teams of 3 to 4 people, and they fit in this enclave here. Sitting there, sometimes working, they might be looking at a model that they're making, or they might be discussing how they're going to approach a team project for service learning, for example. When we first moved in here, the comments that we heard from students were, "I want to live here. I'd like to move in here permanently. I wish we'd had this for my last 3 years." Students still feel the same this year. This is our second crop of students, if you will, that are coming through the studio.
I like how engaging all of the students are when it's in a collaborative setting, because we all have a lot of good ideas, but when we get together, they become better.